Hey guys, good night, morning, afternoon, excuse me, whatever time zone you're in. I greet you with the love of God. So, God gave me this word a while back, and He gave me confirmation to go ahead and release it. So I had back-to-back dreams, y'all, about pedophilia, and usually when I have multiple dreams or just how God speaks to me, He'll use a dream to confirm a dream, and then He'll use other ways in which He speaks to me to confirm something. So in this season, you guys, pray for discernment. Pray that God will show you who and who you cannot trust your children with. Even if you do trust the person, double check with God. I'm not saying be paranoid. I'm not saying be fearful. But I'm saying ask God for discernment and wisdom. My son, I do not let him go with everybody. Everybody does not watch my son. And if I allow my son to go somewhere, most of the time I'm with my son. Especially me being a person that has dealt with molestation and just those type of encounters at a young age. I learned that you have to be careful who you leave your children with. The enemy does not fight fair, and he's not looking at, oh, they're only 2, oh, they're only, 5 or 6, or, they're only a baby. No, the enemy doesn't think like that. The enemy's job is to kill, steal, and destroy, and that is his only job, okay? He's not thinking about your children's age. So in just this time that's coming up, use wisdom. There's already so much going on where children are being trafficked, where there's even upper higher officials who have been caught dealing with this type of thing, right? There's even like a pedophilia flag going around now where they're trying to legalize pedophilia. But God showed me specifically the rise on pedophilia and to watch your children. Do not allow your children to go with everybody. Do not allow, I know as being, especially if you're a single mom like me, I know sometimes, you need people to watch your children and stuff like that. But let them go with somebody that is trusted. And a lot of times pedophilia is not even with strangers. It's with people that you trust. And this is not to strike fear, right? But this is to just remind you to use wisdom and discernment with who you leave your children with. And that God will show you. And because God's a loving God, and He loves you, and He loves your children more than you can even love them, He will make sure that He shows you. He will make sure that He reveals it to you, whether it's an uneasy feeling. And don't expect Him to show it to you the way you think. Like, it might be through a dream. It might be through God is showing you red flags by the person. It might be through this feeling that you get around this particular person. Don't ignore those things. Don't rewrite them. Listen to what God is showing you. I'm not talking about emotion driven. I'm not talking about being emotionally driven, but I'm talking about God specifically giving you discernment about people or certain groups of people or a place, not leaving your children in certain places. But He did show me in dreams like a rise on pedophilia. So with that being said, as kingdom kids, warn those around you, and also be on the lookout. Not to be walking around life paranoid, but you want to be in a place to where you're able to stand as that spiritual guardian over your child. right? Because we are stewards over our children. We don't own our children. Our children belong to Christ. We're just stewards over them. But while we are stewards over them, we are responsible for them in every way, because God trusts us to be responsible for these children. And a part of being responsible is to make sure that we are in a place spiritually to where when God speaks to us concerning a person, when God speaks to us concerning a place, when God speaks to us, or even your children, if your children have uneasy feelings towards people, right? I don't force my son. I don't force my son to be in places or be around people he don't want to be in. I don't leave my son around anybody that he does not like. Even if he is being dramatic, I do not care. Why? Because my son is my responsibility. If that means I have to carry him with me while I do certain things, then I will just have to do that. Also, well, I'll leave that for another video. But just be mindful about who you leave your children with. And if there is a situation where you have to leave your children a certain place so that you can work or so that you can do certain things, ask God to put you in a place to where you no longer have to leave your children anymore. Whether it be like, hey, I need to work from home, God. Let God know what you need so that you can be a successful steward over your child. Whether it mean being able to work from home. One of the biggest things that I was praying to God about concerning my child was being able to work from home. To be able to be at home. That way my baby can stay home with me. And I'm going to do another video on that as well. But God will open the doors for that. God will do it. I am a living testimony of that. And he's still doing it. He don't just stop. Like, he's still doing it. And what he would do for me, he would do for another. Because God's not a respecter of persons. So, with that being said, I love you guys. Bye.